A snowy evening that the newscasters were saying was supposed to hit at 5 o'clock. At least it's not. I'm coming to you live from downtown Boise at the Idaho Department of Labor. My name is Lance Kaldor, as Darcy said, and I am here at the Department of Labor, what they call the Ticket to Work Coordinator. Ticket to Work is a program through Social Security that can help individuals that are on Social Security attempt to work without loss of benefits directly. However, tonight I'm here to tell you about all the exciting things we have that go on here at the Idaho Department of Labor. And hopefully I can give you some great information for some things that can help you as you journey on your way to employment. Okay, now I need to figure out, there we go, but the other one didn't move. Hang on just a sec. There we go. So who is the Idaho Department of Labor? We are the state leader in employment and labor. Here in the state, a lot of different agencies interact with us, and a lot of different employers, things along that line. We do have one of the state's safer websites for looking and applying for open positions. And what I mean by that is every position on our job boards have been vetted, meaning somebody has called that employer and said, hey, is this an actual job? You are paying an actual wage. It's not commission-based. We go through a number of different things in order to make sure that our job postings are available to everybody. Of course, we are the ones that put out things like labor laws. Amazingly enough, Idaho does not have a lot of labor laws on its own. A lot of Idaho's labor laws are what we follow at the federal level. We also, of course, Department of Labor is where you would go to apply for unemployment if you were working and lost your job through no fault of your own or was laid off. We also have workshops, resume interviewing workshops. You can also meet with any one of the consultants to do a one-on-one. We also have another platform tied to our job seekers database called Big Interview that is an alternative, an AI, basically an alternative imaging aspect that will ask you an interview question and it will record your answer and give you feedback. If you're one of those individuals who maybe is on the autism spectrum, sometime interacting face-to-face can be very difficult. And so the Big Interview program is a great resource in that aspect for folks that live on the autism spectrum. We also have the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, what we refer to as WIOA. That is provided by a third-party organization called EQUIS that can help adults over the age of 24 in educational costs. We also house the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act Youth Program, and I'll talk about that here in a bit. Other agencies that are housed under the Department of Labor umbrella are Disability Determinations and the Human Rights Commission. They are also housed here. A lot of people go, what is disability determinations? Well, when you apply for Social Security gathers all the paperwork that you've provided them with, sends it over to disability determinations, and they're the ones that make the determination whether or not you get on Social Security based on the regulations for Idaho and, of course, at the federal level. Now, you might recall I mentioned the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, WIOA. The youth programs are programs for ages 16 to 24 years of age. You're a U.S. citizen or eligible to work in the United States, and you are also not attending school. You are out of high school. You have graduated, you dropped out, you're not attending school. If you qualify for that program, they can help you with work experiences. You might go to the library and work at the information desk and begin to build those skills that are necessary as you move forward in life to gaining on to bigger and better jobs. The other program I mentioned was Ticket to Work, and that is for individuals that are on Social Security Supplemental Income, which is SSI, or Social Security Disability Insurance, which is SSDI. One thing that's important to remember about Ticket to Work and youth is there's a special work incentive for youth. It's we're going to try this YouTube video, see if it works. The video is a couple years old, so it has the wrong numbers in it. But as they talk, just kind of remember these 2023 guidelines of $2,220. What that means is you can exclude wages up to $2,220 in a month. and up to $8,950 in a year. I'm going to see if this video will work. We'll give it a shot. I'm not quite sure it's going to. I'm not a whiz, but we'll give it a shot and see if it does. Hey, here we go.
Lance, I think you might need to share. When you share, click on share audio as well.
As we say, how do I manage that? Let's see here.
Amount is
How about now?
$1,930
Perfect.
up
Okay.
to a yearly maximum amount of $7,770. Social Security usually adjusts the monthly amounts and the annual limits based on an increase in the cost of living index. They apply this exclusion before any other exclusion. So what does regularly attending school mean? Regularly attending school means that the person takes one or more courses of study and attends classes in a college or university for at least 8 hours a week, or in grades 7 through 12 for at least 12 hours a week, or in a training course to prepare for employment for at least 12 hours a week, 15 hours a week if the course involves shop practice, or in a homeschool situation for at least 12 hours per week and in accordance with the homeschool laws of the state or jurisdiction in which the student resides, or for less time than indicated above for reasons beyond a student's control such as illness. A person who is homebound because of a disability may be a student when he or she is studying course or courses given by a school, grades 7 through 12, a college, a university, or government agency, and has a home visitor or tutor from the school who directs the study or training. How it works. If you receive SSI and you start to work, you must report your earnings to Social Security. You can do this by calling or visiting your local Social Security office and talking to an SSI claims representative at your local Social Security office. If you meet the qualifications described, ask the Social Security claims representative if you are eligible for a student earned income exclusion. Social Security also uses a countable income formula in calculating the SSI check. After the student earned income exclusion is deducted, Social Security will also deduct a $20 general income exclusion and a $65 earned income exclusion. Following these exclusions, they will count $1 for every $2 that you earn when they calculate the amount of your new Social Security payment. A community work incentives coordinator can help you understand the student earned income exclusion and the countable income formula that Social Security uses to calculate your new SSI payment. You can Indiana Works at 855-641-8382 to learn more about this work incentive and others. Thank you.
So that short video again was put out by Aspire and Indiana Health, and doesn't necessarily really apply to us per se. However, just know that if you are interested, if you are working and you are interested in the student earned income exclusion, that, as Darcy said, my contact information will be available. I encourage you to reach out to me. and we can see about getting you attached to that, or I can get you the contact number of Social Security.
The student earned income exclusion
darn it.
allows a
I'm trying to get it to where I can get rid of the video here. Struggle. So I can get back to the slideshow. There we go. So if you are interested in the student earned income exclusion, please feel free to reach out. Other components that are available here at the Idaho Department of Labor is we have our Able to Work website. If you go to our homepage at labor.idaho.gov and click on, go to the bottom of the screen, you'll see a link that says Able to Work. Again, if you ever have difficulty finding some of this stuff on our website, again, don't be afraid to ever reach out to me via email or call, and we can definitely work at getting you access to these so that you can move forward. It helps you explore and prepare, talks to you about how do you do a job search, what's required in that, and what do you need in a job search when you're applying for a job. And then what happens after you start the job? How do we work with the employer to make sure that all of your resources and what you need in life are being met? Okay. It talks about vocational rehabilitation under Explore and Prepare. If you're working with a VR counselor there at the school, you may want to ask them one day, hey, can you take me out to the Able to Work site at the Idaho Department of Labor? And they can show you where that's at as well. These are all really great resources to help you begin that process of moving forward. And the student earned income exclusion component is really, really great because a lot of times, people are like, oh, I can't work, I'll lose my benefits. That's not true. That's 100% not true. We can find ways around that, and Social Security has done a really great job of supplying things like the student earned income exclusion to be able to give you the resources and the assistance you need so that you can go out and work and move forward. So when you want to do all this stuff, you want to do it here and now. Sometimes things have process lines, they might take a while. So just reach out and ask a question, and and we'll get you connected and we'll start that process. And so that it's not one of those things that stresses you out, because employment should not be one of those things that stresses you out. It should be one of those things that comes pretty naturally as we mature and grow up. Of course, the world works a lot better when we have money. And sometimes when you are on Social Security, it's not a lot of money. But by working, you can add to that. So it's very important to know those components of that and how that all integrates. Again, like Darcy said, my information will be available at the end of the presentation for you to grab, or you can always, just call the Idaho Department of Labor and tell them you want to talk to Lance. They'll put you right through to me. If you can't remember my name, you can always tell them I want to talk to the loud, obnoxious guy. They definitely know me that way around here. And I'm usually pretty happy-go-lucky, and I'm happy to help anybody who needs assistance as we're moving forward. So that's really the gist of everything. Are there any questions that anybody has about Social Security and working, or things we offer here at the Department of Labor?
So I'm going to stop the